Hi and welcome. This is a video tutorial on how to upload images to your photo gallery. So first what we're going to do is you're going to want to go up to the URL bar where you have your site URL name. This is just an example site that we're going to be using today, but after your URL name you're going to want to type in your login for WordPress, which is wp-admin, and click enter. That's going to take you to your username and password login screen, and once you have that you can put those in and click login, which will take you to your dashboard. Next you're going to want to go to the sidebar menu for WordPress here, and you're going to want to click on photo gallery, and that's going to take you to a window that has all of your cases and your procedure listings. So right now we only have one case in there, and it's listed under the procedure for rhinoplasty. I already have a set of images that I'm going to add for this tutorial, and this is going to be another rhinoplasty case. So before we do that though, I just want to go over how to add a new procedure. So if we're in cases and you go to the sidebar here for your photo gallery, you can go down to procedures and you can actually see all of the procedures and sub-procedures that are within your photo gallery. So this main category is just to separate whichever other categories you have. So for instance, face, we can add a body one, and then that'll add a new procedure. And the thing is whatever your procedures are, so for facelift and rhinoplasty, these are going to be nested, or they're going to be children of the face main category. So say we wanted to add maybe chin augmentation, and we wanted to add that but what we want to do is we want to make sure that the parent is going to be face. So when you add that procedure and you click add new, it's going to be nested right under the main face category for the procedures that is listed under. And you could do the same for body, just as another example. So we want to add a liposuction. You would go down to the parent and you would make sure that body is the parent, because liposuction is going to be nested, or it's going to be the child of the body parent. So now that those are in there, we have a few categories or procedure categories to choose from. But today we're only going to be working in rhinoplasty. And you can add as many cases or categories as you'd like. This is just an example to show you that you can do it. So once we have the images that we want to add, what we want to do now is go to add new case. And this is going to bring you to a pretty basic WordPress editing page that you're normally used to seeing. And for this we're going to add case 2, because it's the second case for rhinoplasty. And we're going to go over here on the right, you're going to see a list of the procedures that we just added. So there's the lipo and the chin augmentation that I added. And for these images right here, we're going to list it under rhinoplasty. Now you don't need to click face. That's just those are just there to separate the subcategories for the procedures. And as before, they're strictly there to separate them and be the parents for all of the sub-procedures like rhinoplasty, facelift, and liposuction, things like that. So once those are all set, we can actually, if you want to add a description, you could add anything here. I'm just going to add some dummy text for the sake of showing you that we can add that. And next we want to do is add the images here. So we'll click add images, and you can go navigate to your desktop. And the great thing about this is you don't have to upload each image one at a time. You can actually click the image, and depending on whether or not you're working in Windows or Mac, you can just hold down Shift on your keyboard and then click to select all the images that you want to upload to that specific case. Once you have them all selected, you can click Open, and they'll all simply upload to your photo gallery. Now this next part, we want to make sure that these are syncing together correctly depending on the view and whether or not they are a before image or an after image. So these first two are both before and after. This one's a before, after. You can see that we have kind of an oblique shot here, or a 45-degree angle shot of the face. We have a profile and a front view. So in order to set these views correctly, all you have to do is click them two at a time. So 1, 2, and then you'll automatically get a pop-up here that'll tell you to create an image set. So for this image set, we can see that we have the correct images and they match up. And if they get switched around, you can always click switch and we'll switch the images to make sure that it's set for before and for after. Now we have some pre-made views here. We have front, rear, side, oblique. If you don't like those, you can actually create your own. So we could set this as an oblique, and it would make sense. People would understand that it's kind of an oblique shot. Or if you want to get more specific, you can set it as like a 45-degree angle. And you can add that image set. So that image set's going to be in there now. And that'll be the first view for this case. So we can go ahead and do that for the other two. Set this to side, or like I said before, if you want to maybe name it profile, you can do that. So we can add that, and you'll have that in there. And then this one will be set to front. So now that they're all in there, you'll see this little number here at the top of each corner for each view. Now, what you want to do if you want to make sure one is being viewed as the default, you want to make sure that that is set to 1. Or you can leave it as 0 and it'll always come before 1. So for the sake of the tutorial, we'll just number that number 1, and that will make sure that this is the first one that's being viewed. And then we can do that for the rest. Second one viewed, third one viewed. And you can number it, according to how you like. So 1, 2, 3, that's how they'll be viewed. And then once everything's set, if you have a description you want to add there, you can add it. Title set for case 2, procedure set for rhinoplasty. All the images are set, we're all good to go. Once that's set, you can click publish, and it will publish it to your photo gallery. So after you get a post published, you can actually go back to your site, click your photo gallery section, and you'll see your listing here. We don't have anything in body, just face for now. And here are the two cases that I have. And here's the case I just added. So now that that's in there, you can click View Case. Here's the dummy text I put for any kind of description you want to put in there. And here is the case that I just added. And everything looks like it's in the right order. We have that first view showing first. And looks like it's all good. Now what's important to note about this photo gallery is that you want to make sure that your images are being cropped correctly. Now see, all of these images were exactly the same size. They're not high definition, as you can kind of see that they're a little bit pixelated. So you want to make sure that when you're posting your before and after images that they are high definition, and you also want to make sure that they're cropped equally, or you're going to get a little bit of bounding outside of the box. Here's an example right here that's not been cropped correctly. As you can see, this one's kind of overflowing a little bit, and I think even if we view this case, yeah, see how it's overflowing right here a little bit, and it's overflowing a little bit right here. So you definitely want to make sure that that's cropped correctly before you upload any of your before and after images to the photo gallery. So now that that's uploaded, if you ever want to go back and maybe categorize, just a particular procedure that you want to look at. Right now we only have rhinoplasty, but if you wanted to go through your cases, say you had over 200 cases or something like that, and each one has a different category, what you want to do is you want to go through and you want to set the category procedure and then click filter. and then that will actually filter out all of your cases, and you'll only have whichever procedure you want to look at. So for now, that will be the end of this tutorial.